Hi everyone, today we're going to go over some objectives and then the observation process and cycle for the upcoming school year. We do have some objectives in place from when we do some informal walkthroughs or observations. Again, these are just to continue to make improvement and support throughout our school year. Some of the objectives include monitoring and implementing instructional practices that are effective, wanting to make sure we're observing evidence-based strategies, and then targeting students' needs and engagement, differentiation, all of those good things. Want to make sure we're also supporting teacher growth through coaching, and then monitor student learning and engagement. So making sure evidence of student participation, rigor, and effectiveness is taken. Some of these observations could look like just conducting a walkthrough. For our program in specific, we call it a wiser walkthrough. What it looks like is just going through some prompts that we have as a leadership team, and just giving, feedback and scores based on those areas, just sitting in for a period of time, about 10-15 minutes. There are, just informal observations as well, just ways to kind of collect some data and look at the areas that we might need some additional training, or just help in general. And then of course, providing like that feedback back to teachers. We want to make sure that what we're implementing is important, and beneficial to all of our staff. Frequency wise, we are looking at wanting to do observations in all areas of our academic. That means whole group, small group, independent work, intervention periods, transition times. We all know transitions are the hardest. So just providing any feedback or observations, not necessarily negative, could be positive, for what those times look like. We want to make sure what observation expectations kind of look like. We as a leadership staff or whoever is observing you is going to come in and not disrupt the class, right? We want to make sure you guys are able to do what you need to do, teach our kids. That's, the basis of everything. We want to see students coming in and greeting the teacher, being participatory, make sure it is at that level. When people do come in or when there's a walkthrough, we want teachers to continue their instruction, kind of pretending like we're not there, like we're a fly on the wall. And then when we talk about feedback, we want to make sure we're seeing teachers give feedback to students based on how they're doing. But then when we also provide that feedback to the staff members, we can do that in like a one-to-one or small group meeting. If it's something we've noticed kind of across the board within a team, a specific team, second grade, third grade team, elementary team, because again, our school is set up K through 12, that we're using appropriate language, appropriate professional growth, positivity, all of those kinds of things. And then what we want to see is that all of that feedback is then utilized for the next observation. So we want to make sure that, we're getting and gaining from the observations that are being done. All right, thank you.